I think we'll be done with the church, but we'll see.
I will actually laugh if it happens.
Nothing happened in Bouncing Say.
No, I meant like, because Roderick really wanted to go to the cursed church, and he's the reason we went to the cursed church, and the entire time we've been in the cursed church, he's missed it all.
Yeah.
Well, I just find it funny for that fact.
Oh, for sure.
It is what it is.
Oh, I know that.
Just have to tell him what he missed.
Get done.
I'll take a couple more seconds, just loading in roll 20.
Alright, so... While we're waiting, let's see. Looks like we're on the Misfits session 35, Trouble at Chaur. We have... looks like it would be Roderick's turn to scribe. Does anyone want to volunteer for the story point, or should I just roll for it?
I think you can just roll for it.
Alright.
Yep.
So we have Dotor, Olivar, and Damien. I'll roll a d6. Damien, you good doing it?
Yeah. You good.
Alright. And we have Dotor as quartermaster, his third turn. And Damien as the previous scribe. Can you give us a rundown of last time?
Yes. The Misfits enter a new memory room, where there's a mysterious, shadowy figure speaking with Galen Blackwater, who is in a cage. Whilst watching the memory, the Misfits notice the figure briefly glance in their direction before the memory fades. But afterwards, the mysterious woman we've been interacting with in this place informs us that the figure is Shadow Lord Malik, or his echo rather, and that he knows we are there right before getting attacked by a wraith and some shadow demons trying to escape. After dispatching our foes, the Misfits continue to go through doors and hallways when they suddenly find themselves at the beginning once again. Going through a new door, we see a memory of Malik possessing Galen, who then notices the group and attacks. As the group attempts to flee, they are caught in the shadows of Echo Malik. Noticing that we are Zai Tian, Malik attempts to recruit the group to help him stop the so-called cataclysms, when a friendly bard spirit helps us escape and informs us the group of what happened 200 years ago.
Alright, thank you for that recap. So, it is the 33rd of fall at 6 p.m. We'll pick up our story. So yeah, I think you had just spoken to Bard Harlan, who was telling you about basically how things went down 100 years ago, kind of what happened to the church. And I think that's about where...
We asked him about Isaac, and he was going to tell us about it, and that's when the game ended.
What did you ask him about Isaac?
I don't know. I've just got a big open brackets Isaac lore to what happened. Yeah, I don't know what I asked.
Alright, well, what do you want to ask him about Isaac? Because I don't remember what you asked.
What is it? What does he know happened to Isaac for it to go from being a normal town to what it is now?
Sorry, give me one moment to look at something.
My favorite sessions are lore sessions.
Alright, so he would say, well, I don't know exactly what happened in Isaac, but from what I experienced here, I believe it was similar to what Chaur faced. The difference was we had a powerful cleric to stop the ritual from spreading out and killing everyone within a large area, unlike Isik. He says,
Okay, so
I assume the same thing happened there, because from the stories I was told about Isik versus what I saw here, it seemed like similar magics.
Okay, so how long before did Isik happen?
He says Isik had been attacked only a couple of weeks prior. In fact, the wedding was almost cancelled because of the attack. So there was fears that some of the undead had gotten loose and may have headed south and attacked some of the surrounding towns. Though strangely, it didn't seem like any of the undead escaped from there. Says,
okay.
Can't tell you anything for sure, mind you. This is all speculation.
Maybe the walls. Was it a walled town?
Isik was a city, and yes, it had a large wall around it.
Perhaps the walls will stand.
Maybe.
He says, perhaps.
The only reason you know that Malik did this one is because you were all trapped here and you've uncovered it over time, right?
I was able to piece it together from my experiences with what's her name? Luz Nuna, and from what I saw of the memories of some of the people who were trapped in this place. He says, but
okay.
Again, it's all speculation.
Great, so here's the thing I'm struggling with here. There's no way Malik did Isik and then came to a small provincial backwater town, try and do the same thing, and then get thwarted by a dwarven cleric. So who the fuck did Isik?
He would shrug. He says, like I said, I'm just speculating.
My
friend used a ritual which took her life to shield the outer areas of the town and contain the energies to the church.
In all your time going through visions, do you know if Malik has a superior, a mentor, a teacher?
Since I don't know anything about Malik. None of his visions spoke of a mentor or a teacher.
What about another student? Like a fellow student, someone he's in competition with?
He says, well, he does seem a bit, and then the bard pauses, looking around nervously. He says, I think we've been detected. Sorry, my friends, I can't speak any longer. And he would vanish.
But finish the sentence! Oh, for fuck's sake.
And a moment after that, you see several undead come through the walls. Give me initiative rolls.
Oliver's just fed up with all these fucking undead. He's just like, can we kill everything, please?
Alright, so the first act as these creatures come through the walls is going to be... Looks like Dotor. Oh, you guys all roll pretty well. What do you want to do? They seem hostile. Are you there, Dotor?
Pardon me, I was muted. Do we do the we dip kind of strategy, Oliver and Damien, or do we fight?
Kill them.
Kill them?
We know we can't run because every time we've tried, we can't teleport, so we're not going to get away.
Right. Okay. I'm gonna step forward 5 feet this way. Then I assume with my reach, I can reach the creature, right?
Yes.
The undead. Okay. So I'm gonna, I'm gonna do that. So first action would be to punch him.
All right. So,
So would that hit?
Forward, attacking the wraith. No, 9 is not going to be enough, and that is going to miss.
Unless I precision.
All right, so you do a precision strike, attempting to correct for your miscalculation.
I'll take a couple of seconds. My internet isn't the greatest for today. One sec. Okay. Does a 12 hit?
So unfortunately, a 12 is still going to miss.
Damn it. I'm gonna...
He's dodgy.
I'm gonna flurry of blows. So 1 sec.
All right.
First attack does a 24 hit.
24
Okay.
will definitely strike.
So
and
7
hit for 7 points of bludgeoning.
plus 2d6s from sneaky, I think it is. Nope, it is surprise attack.
Okay.
And for the second attack,
20 will strike again. So you land another surprising strike.
11, and again, same thing, 2d6s.
Alright, so 21. That will put the
Oh.
creature to wounded.
Perfect. And because of open hand technique, first of all, it won't be able to take a reaction next turn. Secondly, I'm gonna dex to push it prone. So a dex save.
You attempt to knock it prone, but it seems immune as it just kind of floats there.
Ah, I see. Okay. Well, in that case, my turn is finished.
Alright, so your turn ends. Damien.
I'm just going to take No, I'm going to disengage.
Okay. You disengage from the creature as it's coming through the door, carefully moving away.
With my torch in hand.
Go ahead and pull out a torch.
It should be underneath it. Oh, I thought it was underneath me. Oops.
I don't think there was a torch out for you, but I could be wrong. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Alright, anything else?
That is my turn.
Okay. So your turn ends. Oliver.
Right. Right. We are going to do. What are we going to do? Alright, cool, we're going to do this. I'm going to Vicious Mockery the Wraith that's the healthiest.
Yeah.
You have to make a DC... Yeah, DC 16 Wisdom save.
Alright, so the Wraith is going to attempt to resist. So it does a Wisdom save. That's the one. Which one are you hitting?
The one down here.
Okay, and that one. So Wisdom. It rolls a 16, so it would make the save resisting. You would sense it has an okay Wisdom defense. Not great.
And then I'm going to use my movement to run the fuck away. That's me.
Alright. Alright, so the enemy goes. The Dream Wraith, angered by your psychic attack, is going to fly over this way towards you. And he's going to attempt to grab at you. 18 versus AC, I think just hit you.
I think that is my AC.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to shield.
Alright, so as it's about to grab you, you knock the attack back with a well-timed shield. The force shield shimmering in front of you as you do. The Wraith reels back a bit, gets ready to attack again, but that's all it can do this turn. So the other Dream Wraith is going to come over at Dotor and lunge at you, also attempting to grab you. 23, I believe, is going to
That's gonna hit. Yep.
So it does 13 psychic, and
Okay.
you start to feel drowsy. I need a charisma save.
Okay. Charisma. That's gonna be shitty, I think.
DC is 14. If there's something you want to do.
I do have an inspiration point. I could use that.
You would have to use that before you rolled.
Ah.
The only thing you could do at this point is like a story point or like something you could do in response to the roll.
Nah, there's nothing much I can do, I think. Do the story points like come back each time we play, or is what's the recharge rate?
You get story points from doing journal right now. That's the only way to get a new story point.
Okay.
Well, I got one right for today.
Yeah.
Alright, cool.
Alright, so you, unfortunately, would fall unconscious.
But as for the damage, I can still parry beforehand, I assume?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna do that to reduce the damage at least for a little turn, you know?
Okay.
So it's 8 plus 3, so 11.
Alright, so luckily you only take 2 psychic. But you would fall unconscious. Alright, that is it for the... And he would look wounded now. That is it for the Dream Wraith. New round, Dotor. Fortunately, you are sleeping right now. So your turn is going to end. Damien.
I'm going to shoot at the wraith in front of Dotor.
Alright, take a shot at that wraith.
I will precision this.
Alright, so you attempt to refocus your aim. Oh yeah, 18 will definitely hit. Zoop. The arrow would strike the creature for... Wait, does it have fire resist? I don't think it does. Oh, it does, okay. So 19 points of damage. Putting it to very wounded. It's barely alive, but it is still up.
Then I will shoot it once more without the penalty.
Yep, 27 will land. And that is
Right.
gonna put it down. Yeah. So it fades into nothingness, leaving behind some essence.
To wake up Dotor, that would be an action.
Yes.
Okay, I'll just stand next to him, leaving my torch on the ground.
Alright,
Just
Oliver.
slap my face.
Okay.
Making a loud noise could awaken him because it's not a magical sleep. It would be based on his, what's it called, his perception.
I'm going to attack with my longsword.
Yes, 22 would land. Is this longsword magical?
Yes, because of Hexblade.
Okay, so you slash the creature for 10, pissing it off even further.
A bonus action bardic inspiration to Dotor.
Alright, Dotor dreams of being inspired.
Yeah.
Alright, so
That's me done.
ends your turn. The Dream Wraith is once again going to lunge at you. 21 versus AC.
I'll shield that as well.
Alright, you spend another first level spell, casting Shield. Which will knock the attack back. You will not take anything. Alright, so that is it for you.
Yeah, that's me done.
New round. So Dotor, give me a perception check. Disadvantage.
Okay.
At the end of the round, see if you've been awoken.
So I don't know if it's gonna work properly.
Ooh.
So take the lower ones, a 6.
You can add the D6, the D8.
Ooh, that's
DC is 20. If that
Oh no, it won't make it.
changes your decision.
Well, he can still roll it, and if he can still roll it, if it doesn't do anything, he still keeps the bardic.
Oh, it's a persistent inspiration.
Yeah.
Well, even if you
Oh.
rolled it, he couldn't roll high enough. See? That would be a 14, so that still would make it. Alright, so Dotor is asleep for now, snoring soundly. Damien.
I'll use my action to wake up Dotor.
Alright, you're suddenly shook awake, remembering some sort of inspiring dream.
Like, this is no time to be sleeping, Dotor.
So that's your
What the-
action.
floor is so comfortable.
And then I'll move over here and end my turn.
You know what? Maybe slavers have a right idea to some people.
Oliver.
Back
you
to me.
take
Shit.
the sleeping icon
right.
off yourself.
It literally would just be I was literally like, wait, where? Do the society thing, repeat and to repeat. Longsword. 16.
Yeah, 16 will land, striking the Wraith as he is attempting to come at you, doing 10 damage. So you hold him,
Yep.
hold him back, getting several well-timed cuts. Alright, anything else?
No, that's everything.
So the Dream Wraith will once again attempt to hit you. Actually, he might do something else. Alright, yeah, so it is going to lunge at you.
Okay.
But luckily you will dodge this time, ending its turn.
Okay.
Dotor, as you kind of are getting up to go for this creature, you suddenly see a strange image of, looks like the woman who helped you escape from slavery. But something is not right. I need a wisdom save. This fear wells up within you.
Is it for the charm? Because if it is, I do have advantage.
This is just an illusion.
Okay. So you said wisdom?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's sort of fear-based. It isn't actually a fear effect. So
Okay.
luckily you would make the save, and you would be unaffected by the Wraith's attempt to stun you.
So it's my turn, I guess?
Yes. You can
Okay.
act normally.
And just to make sure with you, I suppose I'm prone since I was sleeping?
Yes. So
Okay.
it would take, half your movement to stand.
Okay.
And if you
well,
click
that's no
on
issue.
the garbage can next to unconscious, you could take the icon off yourself in chat.
Huh, neat.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll move up to here, 10 feet. That's well within my walking speed. And I'll just punch the Wraith. So, first action does a 13 hit.
Ooh, a 13 is going to just miss.
You can add the bardic if you want.
Ooh, that is true. That is true. Thank you for reminding.
Alright, so 14 will strike.
Yay!
Seems you've sussed out his armor class.
Yep.
Sussed.
So 7, and I'm gonna flurry of blows. So first action. First
Yeah,
attack, pardon me.
17 lands another strike, doing another 6. And that would wound him.
Well, this one doesn't hit.
Now he would dodge the last punch. Anything
And
else?
since it is pardon me, with open end technique, I'll first of all can't take a reaction next turn, and secondly, I'll push it away 15 feet, so that'd be pardon me, right here, if possible.
Alright, so you knock the creature back with your key, moving a ghost, which you wouldn't think is possible. Alright, so Dotor's turn is ending. Damien.
Step forward here with my torch. Or not with my torch, it's on the ground still. So I make game freeze? Oh no, it's okay.
No.
And then I'll take a shot at this guy.
Alright, so you take a shot.
Ooh.
Oh, no, that is going to miss with the first shot.
Shot number 2, 15.
Yeah, 15 will strike, doing 21 points, and putting it to badly wounded. Angered by this, it is now looking towards you.
I'll end my turn.
Alright, Oliver.
Okay, let's do this shit. Eldritch Blast.
Nice.
Alright, yeah, that is going to crit for 20. Well, wait. Should just be 1d10 for the crit.
I think it's because it's how it's set up. Hang on.
It's also giving you
Oh,
plus
that is-
10 to the blast. It should only be plus 5. So you
Yeah,
might need to-
when I look at the thing, it's got 1d10 plus 5. That's all it's got.
There's
Pardon
an
me, I was
Eldritch
muted.
Blast.
Maybe it's because
That's plus
since
5
it's a crit-
twice.
Oh.
Yes, yeah.
It should only have plus 5 once. That's what the issue is.
Get rid of that one. Oops. That dice all
So,
gone.
yeah, it should just be 1d10, then plus 5 for the... Oh, what's the plus 5 for?
Agonizing Blast.
So yeah, just put charisma.
Okay.
Alright, so that should work now.
Alright, I'll re-click the damage.
Yeah, that's working. Well, I can use this one. I just have to minus 5 from these. So that would be 10 and 5, so 15 damage.
And the next one's a miss because it was a nat 1.
Yeah, and that next one will miss. Alright, anything else?
Bonus action, Bardic Inspiration to Dotal. I'm moving more further back.
Alright, so the Wraith goes. Angered by your blast, it's gonna fly. Well, you did what, 15? I guess it would be more angry at Damien. So it's gonna fly at you. Attempt a touch. Ooh, 25. Guessing it's gonna hit you.
Yeah, 25 will hit.
Alright, so you are struck
That
for
was a miss.
13 psychic, and I need a charisma save, DC 14, as you start to feel drowsy.
Charisma safe.
Alright, so you are going to fall unconscious. As you do, the Dream Wraith is then going to fly over this way.
Dang, these buggers are fast. Holy.
Yeah, they got a pretty quick flying speed. Alright, new round, Dotor. The enemy is about to lunge at your ally, but you are able to react a split second quicker.
Yep, I'm gonna punch him.
Yeah. Alright. Ooh, he's going to dodge that first one.
He doesn't get flank.
No, he has to be adjacent to him for flank.
Oh, alright.
You have to be one over here.
Oh yeah? Oh, okay, I thought it was within range, but
It's an adjacent square opposite your ally, is flank.
good to know.
Yeah.
So that would be my main action. Was it a reaction to him moving? Just making sure.
No, it's just an attack, because it's your turn.
Okay, perfect. And I'll just use my bonus action to do a secondary attack. So
Yeah, that's going to land. And the
that's only
6
6
damage will be just enough to bring him
Hey!
down. Oh, wait. Are your attacks magical?
No.
Oh, no, he is still up, just barely.
Frick.
Alright, anything else?
Nope. Actually, nope. I can't do anything. Well,
Alright.
it is what it is.
So Damien is sleepy. At the end of the turn, you can give me a perception at disadvantage. I'll say DC 15. Because it's been a little bit louder.
3.
Oh, no, that's going to miss, and you continue snoring away. Oliver.
Okay. As much as I'd like, I don't think that's going to work with this thing. Alright, Booming Blade.
You boom forward, but 12 is going to miss.
Bardic Inspiration to Damien, and that is me done.
Alright, Sleepy Damien has an inspiring dream. So the Dream Wraith is a little distracted by Dotor, but will continue and then lunge at you. Oliver with his sleeping touch. 21 versus AC.
Shield.
Alright, you spend yet another shield. First level spell. Your reaction to knock him back, ending his turn in the round. He prepares to attack again, but Dotor, you would go first.
Okay, so same thing as just before. That's a crit. Let's go.
Alright, so he's knocked back from the shield. You come in, smashing right through him with a headbutt, and he is dissipated.
Oh, I'm sorry. I've been doing everything wrong. I've just realized that. Just make sure with you. Oh yeah, makes more sense. Didn't do. I tend to press directly the damage / type within my character sheet. I've been doing it all wrong. Okay.
Yeah, you can do it in chat. It'll do crits and stuff. But either way, that would destroy the creature and end this combat.
Yee.
So things are quiet for the moment. What do you want to do?
I wake Damien up.
Yeah, I'm glad someone remembered to wake me up.
So
I walk over and I give him the biggest cat bitch slap I can. Just what?
That's fair. I did cheat you a couple of times.
So Damien.
Who the fuck do you think I am?
I picked up 2 of my arrows. Of the 4 that I shot.
Alright, so you're going to take 10 minutes in here?
Oh, it's 10 minutes per arrow.
It's 10 minutes to attempt to recover your arrows.
say Oliver is going to say to them, we need to get Walnut to do the thing because the repeating bow you never run out of ammo.
I don't. If that's how magic works, I don't know. But let's go.
It's a thing. An ex of mine was able to do it. You never run out of ammo in your crossbow, or maybe your bow. I don't know if it works with a bow. But I know it works with a crossbow.
All right. Well, we'll figure that out next time. Let's go.
All right, so you're moving on to the door.
At the same time, I'm gonna second wind just for the purpose of it. Because
actually, how bad are people looking? Like, is anyone like below half health?
I am.
You don't need to know exactly. Okay.
But I'm gonna second wind.
Okay.
You don't need to waste any spell slot because that case you'll be able to shield or something.
Yeah,
I'll be fine.
I'm alright on spells. I don't use them that much actually. As Oliver, I tend to rely on cantrips in fights. But as just the only problem that would really help us is healing with my bardic inspiration, which I can't fucking do.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, so go ahead and second wind. Ooh.
Oh my god. So that's 5 at least.
Okay, I have a question. If he's second winding, my bardic inspiration. Okay, this is technical. My bardic inspiration only can be added to healing spells and damage spells. You can't use it to add to second wind, right?
No, it's not a spell.
Because that's a feature.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not even a magical ability.
I'm just
built like that. I'm just built like that.
He just draws from inspirational, like internal stamina reservoirs.
Sleep I just took. My nap.
Yeah, power nap.
I should have just taken more levels in fighter. Easy.
Alright, so you're going through the southeastern door?
I am.
That's
another door?
We know which door we did. Yeah, there was one up this side. We know which door we came through when we got here from Shadow Guy.
So when you approach this door, it starts to pulse with some kind of shadowy energy.
Wait! Before we walk through doors, we have to. Before we walk through doors, we have to examine the doors. Remember? That's what we were saying last time. We had to check the doors. So can we check the doors?
Yeah. So, as I said, the doors this time, either one, as you approach, seem to pulse with shadowy energy. You will also see some markings on the doors. Looks like they both have a symbol on them, dwarven symbol, that reads 9.
9? What does that mean?
I don't know.
Ça veut dire non? I mean no. You mean no? Sorry about speaking French.
Maybe Arcana might give you some insight here.
Okay. Arcana. Is a thing. Yay!
So it seems like that other door, I think you saw a number on as well, right?
There were 3. One door had 3 scratch marks. One door had 2.
Oh, okay, there were the scratch marks. So this one would have 9 of them.
Okay.
And you saw the miasma coming off of it. You might think that these scratch marks might represent how deep within the chaos energy you've traveled. So this might be a deeper area.
Do I have any idea from looking at the doors, like symbols and that thing, which one, from our experiences in the past going through doors, which one will lead us to a more informative / more pleasant vision to a, oh my fucking god, he's going to come kill us?
You're not sure, but you know that the reflection of Malik is hostile and seems like it's hunting you now. So you know you should probably be careful. But unfortunately, they both say the same number, and they both seem to have the miasma coming off them.
Yeah, so they both have the same amount of miasma coming off them, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they both say 9?
All right.
Yeah, well, they
Both
both
of
have
them have
9
9
scratch
scratches,
marks.
which imply
Huh.
how deep we're going. So, which door do we want to go through? Because I'm pretty sure whichever one we pick either takes us to the same vision or takes us to equally fucked visions, in which we better be ready to run like hell.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
That
good
was-
eventually go left, so.
Yeah, why not?
Eh,
I
We go
was
left,
thinking
fine.
about it. If we took, if I recall, we took the one with 3 scratches, right? Or 2 scratches?
Yeah. I did 3.
3, okay. Because now it's in a 9. So would that be? Oh, how would that work? The
We're
next one would
going
have
deeper.
27.
So
No, I don't think it's
Oliver,
doubling. Yeah.
let me see. Give me an act. Well, actually, all of you, give me an active perception check. You might
And
notice
Dotal,
something.
remember, you can add my
21.
bardic.
yes, I'm going to do that because it lasts 10 minutes only, right? Never.
Yeah, only lasts 10 minutes.
It's not worth it.
So, Total, add it. Add the D8.
Okay, I guess. I mean,
Okay.
Because it only makes a difference if it helps. If it doesn't, you've still got it.
Well, it would help. You would succeed. So, when you look closer, for some reason, you don't think these scratch marks are actually there. And there may only be 6 marks on this door instead of 9.
Okay.
do
should we
the
look
other
at-
one,
look at-
folks.
Let's look at the
It
other
seems
door.
What? Yeah, we'll check the other door.
Alright. So you go to the 9 one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna check if it has really 9. So I'll do the same thing.
Alright.
Damn.
Yeah, you believe this one does have the full 9.
Alright, let's go through
Okay.
this one.
Okay.
All right.
The
I have
deeper we
one
go,
in-
the closer we are to exiting this place.
Mm-hmm. We should have checked with the mage hand if we could open it, but
It's too late now.
Yep.
But at first, I'm thinking that we're eventually going to stumble upon the dwarven priest who did the spell. So
Probably.
Alright, so. You come through to a new area. So, in this room, you would see, as you may have just predicted, kind of darkness all around this magical circle of some kind, and 2 figures within it, a female dwarf and Arden, none of whom seem to notice you.
Wow, Oliver. I just hand him 5 gold. You called it.
Yeah. So Arden is just looking around, kind of dismayed. He says, I don't know if we're getting out of this one loose. She says, there is a way, but it will be costly. And she seems to have a very uneasy look to her, getting kind of pale. She says, once this goes off, you need to get out of the church as soon as possible. She says, I don't know if you'll have time to save everyone, but there is a chance, so I'm taking it. He says, what are you doing? She is going to start chanting as the magical symbols around her begin to glow. She seems to be in a bit of pain as several wounds, well, not wounds, it looks like necrotic energies are draining her. Luz, what are you doing? Jesus, it's the only way. And a moment later, she vanishes as there is some sort of explosion within the room, clearing out the darkness, and only Arlen is standing there, kind of kneeling down in the circle, looking around. At that point, he just kind of goes quiet and fades away.
Right.
And there's nothing else here. Although the symbols linger. They seem faded, though, as if they haven't been used in a very long time.
Can I walk into the center of the circle?
You can. So as you enter the circle, the symbols light up suddenly. There would be a voice in your mind that says, "You've found your way to the deepest point. My final memories. What is it that you seek, Zatian?"
Oh, for a way to, if it's possible, for a way to lift the curse on the church and allow all these trapped souls and everyone to go free and allow you some rest.
Give me a persuasion.
Okay. $22. I can't go lower than 22.
Lifting the magic on the church could release the energies into the surrounding area. It's best it stays trapped here. I'm sorry, but the best I can do is offer you a way out of the church and away from the chaos.
But there's no way to release everybody trapped here and you can keep Chaur safe.
Give me another persuasion.
What's the one I have to burn to give myself advantage?
Inspiration.
Yeah, inspiration.
I'm going to burn an inspiration for this.
Okay.
24.
Is anyone else saying anything?
I thought this was all in his head.
No, when he stepped in, the voice kind of came into the room as a whole. Sorry, did I just say it was in his head?
You said it was in my head. I assumed I was saying what might be out loud, but I don't know if they were hearing.
So I guess, yeah, would you be saying it out loud, or would you just kind of be looking around thinking?
My response is I'd be saying it out loud. I know telepathy works, but I'd be saying it so that people aren't just like, let's move. They know I'm talking to someone.
Alright, so you all would hear what he's saying, but not what who he's talking to. Do you want to do anything?
Like, Oliver, I don't know who you're talking to, but ask them if they can get shock with us.
I'm talking to Jadefall. She's still here in a way. I'm trying to see if there's a way to undo everything and let all the spirits in here go and protect Chaur. And that way, hopefully, we get shock back.
I hope so too, but
if you want to help persuading, I'd really like it.
I don't do magic.
I'm not good in talking. I can try.
I'll step in the circle with Oliver.
So with a 24, as you two step in, you would start to hear the dwarf's voice as well. You assume this is the woman who was speaking, who had just done the ritual that you saw. She would say, as I said, the energies that keep everything bound here are what's protecting the surrounding area. If they were released, then it could kill hundreds, as Malik's first attempt was to do.
But that's only a possibility, it's not a guarantee. You said it could, not that it will.
That
She
is
says,
true.
well, I don't know exactly what will happen, but would you risk all of Chaur for this this theory?
But you're asking me to allow people to suffer here who have been suffering for 100 years to continue to suffer this. Yeah, let's be honest, no one's going to get this deep again. No one's going to have this chance again, at least not for a very long time. You're asking us to allow these souls to completely stay in perpetual torment because you're afraid the people around us are going to die. You're asking us to choose the people outside and let the people in here suffer, or the people in here get to go free, the people outside. I don't buy that they're the only two options. There has to be another way. There is always another way.
She says, I could release the barrier at any time. My life essence is what holds it together. My life essence and the connection to the chaos being. But I've held it because I'm trying to protect the people who live within Chaur as well as the surrounding countryside.
Is there a
Um,
way to
Sorry.
reinforce the barrier so you can go, or is there a way to get everybody out of Char that you can release the barrier and no one dies?
She says, I don't know for sure, but I believe that releasing the barrier will release the wave that Malik intended.
How
Malik
far?
already escaped the church.
Yeah, but the energy, the ritual he did is still trapped here. That's the problem. He escaped. The explosion he wants to cause is still sealed in this root, in this place, and the minute the walls drop, the explosion goes off.
She
Okay,
says,
so here's my
what makes you think
question.
that releasing the barrier will not kill everyone?
I don't. I have no idea, but the fact of the matter is, you stopped it, and it's been trapped in here for so long that it might have weakened enough, it might not have, but how far would the original, when Malik first did the ritual, how far was it going to reach? Was it going to reach High Guard?
No. It would just reach the surrounding farmland, but it would still
Okay.
kill hundreds of people. All of
Is there a
Chaur and
way?
the surrounding area would be drained of life.
Is there a way for us to communicate with you once we leave here?
Give me another persuasion.
I wish I'd done enhanced ability on myself now.
24.
22. Well, 24.
There could be a way to communicate.
Ow.
But I worry about the consequences.
Why? What are you worried about?
And another voice will suddenly say, if I am to leave here, you know it would help them. You should allow me to go. Lose
Who the
Nuna.
fuck?
And it would sound like that mysterious woman who you'd been talking to. The other woman.
Yeah.
She says, you are a being of chaos. You could be even more dangerous than the wave I would release. There's no way I'd let you go with them.
Wait. Is there a way? So this is to the woman of chaos. This is the woman. Is there a way that you can stop Malik's necrotic wave from killing people in Char?
No, I could not temper the wave of energy, but I could be used as a conduit to communicate with Luz Nuna. I could also be of use to you. She says, I do have certain abilities that extend into the void.
Okay. Alright, hear me out. Priestess of whoever, Moradin. If we left and we got everybody in Char and the surrounding farm area to leave the area, how long would it take for you to lower the barrier, to set everything off, and for it to clear?
She says, well, I suppose if everyone was gone, then maybe it would work. They would have to be outside of the zone, though. The wave of energy would still kill animals or any creatures that were in the area. But
Yeah, well, unfortunately, I can't clear everything.
Zatian make a good point, Luz Nuna. If they could get the people out, then the energy wave would be less disruptive or destructive, and you could finally release the souls you've trapped in here.
Dotor looks at everyone and says, "You've been mentioning waves. Would they be actual liquid?"
No, it's magical energy.
A wave of
'Cause
energy,
the
Luz
canteen,
Nuna says.
I see. Because what was it again? The thing that we used to to take the water could be
The
used to
pitcher,
absorb
yeah.
the energy. No?
No. It's a nice thinking, Dotor, but the urn can't be used to soak up magical energy. Not like that.
But have we tried? Because I don't think we tried to absorb energy with it. It could, maybe.
If the necrotic energy becomes water, you will be the first person we'll turn to in those situations, okay?
Perhaps other priests and clerics of Moradin and or Palor could erect another barrier on the outside.
It'd
Is that a
cost their lives.
possibility?
They'd have to sacrifice their lives to do so, and we're just in the exact same situation.
Well, Lucuna was only one person who erected this massive barrier. Perhaps the load would be lessened if it's a whole group of priests and clerics.
But she's maintained it. Her life is what's maintaining it. Her essence, her life for maintaining it is the thing that's keeping everything trapped.
Well,
For them to continue it outside without sacrificing their life, it would probably have to be a continuous ritual.
her
You
life
want me to really
bound
believe
with
you're not
my
gonna go wrong?
energy, the woman says, is a combination. The energy that was put forth when I was summoned is part of the shielding.
How about this? If we leave, let us contact them. What's the mysterious woman's name? I can't keep calling you mysterious woman.
She says, I don't exactly have a name. I was
You want a name?
I was never a person. Feel free to call me whatever you wish.
Can you go?
Okay. I would call her Erica. Anybody else got a better name?
Can you go?
Wait,
But,
what?
outside of gameplay, means shadows in Latin. So that's why.
So
yeah,
what name are we giving her?
I think. I don't know.
Right, hang on.
Erica would be fine actually, but
It's alright. I've looked up what shadow is in Latin, and it's Umbra.
that's
you.
one
That's
of the
British.
definitions.
And shadow in Greek.
Yeah, I like Umbra.
Umbra would be
Yeah,
nice.
Umbra.
Yeah, Umbra's
Umbra.
nice. Yeah.
Perfect.
Umbra. I like this name. It's very well. I'm Umbra. Seed of
It
the
means
void.
shadow. It means shadow in Dwarven.
You have a dwarf
Latin
right
is
there.
Dwarven.
Just bullshit.
Just
We could say it in Goblin or something like that. It would
Just
make
call her
more
like
sense.
Shadow and Klingon
She was
or something.
summoned. She was summoned by a dwarf. I figured it would make sense to go Dwarven.
You said Umbra already. No backsies. She likes
Yeah,
that.
no. Umbra is Dwarven for shadow. I'm inventing the word.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Sure, we'll say that.
it's New Dwarven, Luce. It's New Dwarven.
Yeah, it's New Dwarven. It's like
Hey, if you guys
New
can be
English or something.
cataclysm deniers, I can invent Dwarven. I can reinvent Dwarven. Okay.
That's fair. So she would say there is the option of just letting go of the barrier, Luz Nuna. You've held it for a long time. It would complete the ritual and make a valuable item. Perhaps the Zytion could use the Shadow Stone that would result from the deaths of these people. She says, absolutely
I do disagree
not.
with. Yeah, no, I'm with that. I disagree with just dropping the barrier, killing people because, no. I don't
That's
agree
not
with
right.
that.
Says it could be of help in your coming conflicts with the Shadow Lord.
So could be killing every child I run into. Doesn't mean I'm going to do it.
She says,
there
I
was that one
see
summer.
very little to be gained by killing every child you run into, but making a shadow, a soul crystal, that could be valuable.
Look, the fact of the matter is, if we leave and we can still contact you, Umbra, to talk to Princess Jadefall, we can still. It's still an option. It's not a off the table thing. It's still possible, but could a soul gem be made if we left and it just killed all the wild animals?
Says no. Soul gems need to be powered by humanoids. If it was that easy, Malik would have just used animals in the wooded areas. They would have offered less resistance.
At minimal.
Question. Could a soul gem take the place of loose?
Of what?
Could a soul gem take it? Yeah.
Umbra says, well, she is bound to the shielding that contains the chaos. If she were to let go, she would simply perish and cease to exist.
Okay, so we can't replace. We can't keep the barrier going with a soul.
Yeah, she's not the bat that you can swap out. She's the whole thing.
I am the shield now. Once the shield drops, I will no longer even have a soul. I will just cease to exist. It's the...
Oh, you won't have a soul? Oh, no, then we should probably keep the barrier going. And not up for people destroying their souls.
I would not be against non-existence, but only if the people were to be saved. She says, I grow tired of keeping all this sadness and pain here. It's not an existence I wish to keep going, unless I have to.
Could we bound her to something else, like a sword or an item or something like that? Like the picture.
Umbra says, in theory, that could work. Do you want to be part of some magical object? She says, I don't know. I never even thought about it. What sort of existence would that be?
Better than not.
You'd be able to visit the world again and experience new things.
With us.
Give me a persuasion check from up to 2 of you.
Okay, Oliver, you're gonna help. Because
I can do the other persuasion.
She says it might be interesting to see what's become of the world since I was trapped. If you have a way of doing it, then I suppose I can offer myself, but only if dispersing the energies can be done in a safe way.
Okay, so that's at least a conversation we need to have with Lyra and the mayor. And we need to figure out what would you like to be bound. Actually, do you know what? We'll come back. We'll ask Umbra to ask you. You start thinking about what you might want to be linked to, like a sword, ring, a necklace. Where at the pros and cons, be very aware that whatever you're linked to is what you're going to experience life in the future as. If you pick a weapon, you will be killing people. If you pick a jewelry, you may get lost. You may get warned while they get intimate with one another. Be very aware.
Well, she's a priestess of Moradin, perhaps a holy symbol of Moradin.
Yeah, but we don't know how much she liked being a priestess. Like, she could have been one of those priestesses who is a priestess, but likes to go around drinking and beating the shit out of people. I don't know.
She says, I was quite devout to Moradin when I was alive.
There you
are. And how about you were talking, Damien, you were, pardon me, Oliver, you said that she'll be stuck there, but how about, like, for example, if we're able to move her soul to an item right now, would it be possible in the future to move her to a
Warforged?
How were they called again? My colleague at the camp when I was a slave mentioned one.
What?
An homunculi, I think. An homunculi, I think they're called. Or maybe
automaton.
Yeah, like an homunculi, which is kind of an automaton. I don't know much. I've heard
What
about them.
nonsense are you guys talking about? Is this the
I
cataclysm
mean,
all over again?
no.
No,
So
no.
basically, there's these few individuals who are gifted, who gifted with magical tinkering, who can create uh content. You met them. Walnut.
Construct.
Walnut made a construct. Yeah, these
Okay.
people just take it one step further and bind a human soul to it to give it another life after your physical body dies.
Isn't that just slavery with extra steps?
No.
No, you don't tell them what to do. They're still a being. They still can make their own decisions. It's just you've transferred the soul from the living human physical flesh to a mechanical body.
I mean,
Davian's head just goes like boom. He has no idea what the fuck's going on. Magic users. He
And
just mutters.
Dotors, like,
And Dotor, he just
snaps back,
mumbles to
doesn't
himself.
know what he was talking about. Like,
Dotor has
what?
some theories. He's not sure where they came from, since he doesn't have
Oliver
any magic knowledge.
rolls his eyes at the whole fact of just like fucking non-magical people.
Luz Nuno would say, I would be open to the idea of transferring to an item if you had such a way or a thing or a way of doing that. But I don't know. Yeah.
We can figure it out. We can figure it out. If, like I said, we'll leave. We'll have time to try and figure stuff out outside. I mean, before we pull it off, I'd like to at least know that we can do this as you're dropping the barrier to potentially free everyone. Maybe we'll see. But we need to leave. But let us communicate with Umbra and communicate to. How are we going to communicate with Umbra? By the way, I don't really want to walk back into the church.
She says, I'm coming with you. Well, assuming Luz Nuna allows it. And Luz Nuna says, if the Zation think that they can benefit from you, then I will allow it. But I still think this is a bad idea. Umbra is a being of chaos, of the void, and she has never walked free upon Gaian. I don't know what sort of darkness she might ravage the land with. She says, or Umbra would say, but it's the only way that they could come communicate with you again without being pulled back into this nightmare. And you know, next time Malin or Malik might have more control. The reflection of him.
Just to make sure with you, we can't see any either of them, right? It's just the voices.
Yeah, it would just be voices. I just have their images up to kind of give you an idea of like what you had seen in the past.
Okay, and I like say to Umbra, would it be possible to, since I don't know much, like if you'll be weakened from like exiting this place or anything like that, would it be possible for you to take a form of like an item or something like that, or is it not possible? I don't know. To just make sure, for example, if you were to move around, maybe you could bring too much attention from the darkness that is related to you. So maybe if you took
Possessing
a night,
Blackwater, the darkness that's possessing Blackwater. Maybe I don't want meeting you, knowing what's going on.
She says,
yeah.
you
So maybe you
speak
could
of
take.
Malik, the Shadow Lord.
Mm-hmm.
I am not a Shadow Lord. I am nothing so primitive. She says, I am the connection to the void. She says, I will be fine. I just need to attach to one of you to exit this place. Once through the barrier, I can assume my own form again. Unless you don't find my female form pleasing, I could be whatever form you wish.
Okay.
Okay. When we exit this place, is it possible for you guys to help us get our friend Shock out of here as well?
She says, your friend Shock is gone. He cannot be helped.
Right.
Nuna says, well, he couldn't be freed from this place, but at this point, he's no longer
But
living, unfortunately. His mind is gone.
his soul is still alive, right? It's still a thing. Could do the same.
She says, yes, his soul is bound to this place, at least for the time being.
Is he alive and just his mind's gone, or is he dead?
He lives for now, but with the mind corrupted, his body won't last long.
Okay, then this is what we do. Umbra, you're going to jump into me as we leave. You're going to release Shock. And Umbra, you're going to take control of Shock and you're going to be in him.
Huh?
She says,
So you want to replace Shock with Umbra?
interesting idea.
Shock's mind's gone.
She says, well, that wouldn't work exactly how you said it, because once I leave this place, I can no longer attach to a psyche. If I attach to your friend Shock now, we could have him leave here with me continuing to be in control of him.
Do that then. His mind's gone, and taking him out is going to break Melody's heart. And having him at least being possessed by someone and being out there.
Are you sure that's better? Wouldn't it be better to for her?
I don't think that would be best.
I feel that I would be a constant reminder of the death of her friend, unless I was to pretend.
We don't tell her he died.
I'd rather bury Shock.
She says,
but
I guess I could
this
pretend to be your friend Shock. I could see into his mind if I was possessing him, so I could try to...
So he's still, in a way, a part of him's going to be there. And the fact of the matter is, Shock's not dead. This is the thing. If he was dead, I'd agree. But he's not. He's still alive. His mind's just gone. You take him out now, he's a gibbering vegetable who just sits there and drools for the rest of his short, pathetic life. You let Umbra possess him, you're giving someone who's never had a life experience humanity.
Umbra says, what an interesting way to solve a problem. I like this one. And Luznia would shake her head and say, I don't feel this is right, but I shall honor your wishes.
I don't agree with it either. If Shock's gone, I'd rather put him to rest.
But he's not dead, though. This is the problem. You're going to take out someone who's a gibbering vegetable, let the person who loves him sees him a gibbering vegetable, and have to care for him until he dies shortly?
Well, you could just leave him in here. You could just tell his friend that he perished while entering the church.
That's not much better.
Maybe the clerics of Palor can do something about it. Maybe they can help him.
Maybe they can. I'm not against the clerics trying to save him. I'm just saying that letting Umbra possess him to leave at least keeps his body going, because they just said his body's not going to last much longer without his mind. Umbra in possessing will allow everything to keep going until we can find a solution.
Well, I can release his body with you, with Umbra attached, or I could just release his body without, but I think it's dangerous for you to linger here too long, as you are being sought after by the Echo of Malik.
And if we are so concerned about Umbra being a threat, Umbra in possession of Shock gives us A, a simpler way to get rid of her, because you just kill Shock. B, it will allow her to experience what being human is like, and will keep her from going batshit bonkers. Also, it limits what she can do to being in a human body. She can't cause the chaos she could cause if she was out there without it.
I've never died before. It could be interesting. Well, I am willing to attempt this experiment. I don't know much about what it's like to be a living human, so it'll be interesting either way.
Umbra
does not look happy about any of this.
Umbra has been here for 100 years, trapped in this place out of no fault of her own, watching the worst parts of people's existence dying over and over and over again, seeing Malik as the evil guy. She's the one who's tried to show us the memories, the flashbacks, to give us a chance of beating Malik possessing your cousin. Like, she's not evil.
I have enjoyed luring new people in here to see some new memories every now and then.
Yeah, that I can get. I can kind of get that.
I'd rather lose my friend than let his body be taken over by a corruption of void.
And if you guys, I don't mind if you want to keep arguing this for RP, but if you want, we could do like a vote for executive decision.
Yeah,
It's
I'd
up
say
to
do
you.
vote because I think this is just going to go round and round in circles.
Yeah. Personally, like if I'm outside of roleplay, either way sounds fine. I think it'd be best if she was bound to something to limit her capacity to do chaos in case of. For example, if she was bound to a ring or something, but can still take a form of a human.
So
Like,
Luzhnuna would say there's the options are for her to use one of you as a vehicle to escape or to bind herself to one of you. Obviously, you wouldn't want her to bind to any of you, those of you who are not vegetables. But if she bound herself to your friend Shock, then she would basically then be in possession of him for good.
Yeah, so basically, she is the new Shock, and she gets to experience life.
She
Look,
says, would I
the
be
fact is,
Umbra or Shock at that point? I don't know the conventions of naming within your world.
I
How
mean,
such
whilst
a
we're in Chaur, we'd call you Shock. Once we leave, you get to pick. The fact of the
interesting.
matter is, if we're seriously considering taking Umbra out so we can communicate with Jadefall to undo all this, we need to be
Says
realistic here.
if you beings
Why
can
do we?
just change your names on a whim, doesn't that make the whole naming convention a bit arbitrary?
Yes and no. You don't really tend to change your names off the cuff. You tend to keep your name. It
Fascinating.
means something to you.
there's also a concept of a true name. I've heard people.
Oh.
I've heard people mention that some demons have true names, so they're used to weaken them. I think they work.
So do
They,
Fae.
Like, what's a true name? A name's a
Says
name. What?
No,
says
not necessarily. So
demons.
Fae,
Interesting. Such a chaotic
Fae,
being would be bound by something as law binding as a name.
at the very least, I'd know more about Fae than demons. But Fae will have a public name, the one that everyone knows, a private name that only its like close family and friends know. And then they have their
So
true name, which
Luzhnuna
it
would
gives you
say
power over them.
we cannot linger too much longer. We must act.
Okay, you need to pick someone. Doto or vote.
What's your
okay,
vote,
so it's
Dotor?
pretty simple. If Umbra goes in the body, is the first soul still within the body, or is it
So she
destroyed?
binds herself to
So
one of us, in
she
which case it's
can
the.
well, she can ride one of you as a vessel, in which case when she's out, she just kind of detaches and is her own entity. Or she can possess one of you, which obviously you would want it to be Shock, at which point she would just have control.
Yeah, but talking about Shock, would his own soul still be there, but like unused, if I may say so?
His psyche is destroyed, but his soul is still attached to his body, as Nuna would
And
say.
it would be still attached. She
It
attaches
would
itself.
it would exist as such until he died, at which point, as normal, it would be released to whatever god claims him.
Okay, because that way, in the future, we could do the homunculi thing to move her to a new body, like her own own body, and make like a way so that Shock comes back normally.
Yeah. I don't know, I'd rather take Shock to clerics and priests to see if they can fix him.
Yeah, that's what I'm
It's
talking.
possible, Luz Nuna says, but void energies are very powerful. You'd have to have a very powerful countermeasure to bring him back to what he once was. As much as I hate to say it, the one who might know best of how to do this would be Malik.
Ah,
And we have what he wants.
Yeah,
So,
but dude, look, before we start worrying about this, we need to decide what we're doing with Umbra and Shock.
Oh,
I
I guess
think
that's
possession would be best. Possession would be best, since they're both quote unquote alive, you know. And like you said, when we are in charge, she would need to be addressed as not
Oh.
her own name. Yeah.
She says, I shall go by Chakra.
While we're in Chaur, at least for the beginning bit, you have to go by Shock, and then slowly you can start altering it to Chakra. That's fine, but you can't just leave here and be, I'm Chakra, because everyone's going to find it really weird. You have to kind of like slowly. It's fine to decide the name you want. You have to give people time to adjust.
So many rules with you beings of law. Fine, I shall do it your way. I do have his memories to make this much easier.
Okay. So, did you Dotor up for possession as well?
Yeah, sure.
I don't know. Which one did you vote for? Possession or no possession?
Possession, yeah. Of
Okay.
Shock's body. All right.
Cool.
Very well. Then step through the final door, and she'll kind of point to the south here. You would see this door looks like the front door to the church, slightly ajar, and looking out, you would see into the front area with all the plants that are decrepit and the what's it called? I always forget this word. Like when an area is darkened or corrupted.
Masnia? Shadow?
There's
Darkness?
a spell called it.
Light?
It's not desecrated, that's it. So yeah, the desecrated grounds around the cursed church. There are no markings on the door, and yeah, it just looks like kind of an old decrepit door.
Still use Mage Hand. Just make sure.
You can't really. Well, it doesn't seem like you can grab this one. You could just step out of it and go back into into Chaur.
Oh.
Let's do it.
Would this be a good time to take a break? Because I really need to use the bathroom.
Sure, let's do a 10-minute. Be back in 10.
Perfect. But yeah, Damien. For last time we were speaking about possible other. Hey, both. I don't know. You're all back or something like that. Quentin, are you back? Okay.
Yeah, I'm back.
But yeah, I was hopefully, like, I don't know, roleplay wise, if it's okay for me to think like homunculi and those type of things, because the way I'm thinking about it is Dotor doesn't know about it directly. He knows it from someone who will actually become, if for some reason Dotor dies and that's it for Dotor, that it would be actually my other character. So the artificer I was speaking about a bit last week.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it breaks RP or anything like that, because while I do have a personality for Daughter in mind, I have a difficulty to do it without including my own like self. So hopefully it doesn't like break immersion or something like that. And just wanted
I
to
wouldn't
know your
say so.
feedback.
I don't think it does.
Okay, good to know.
Honestly, I just assumed it was you thinking of the word in French and just saying it. I was like, yeah, we need to translate that.
But yeah, animalculi is like a construct, but is way more how do you say it? Human, like a human. Like basically, they have a blood system, a like muscles and everything, but it's just artificial. So let's say I'm gonna check if I can send an image in the Discord. Well, I say homunculi, but they're also known under like homunculus. Well, a lot of time
What?
homunculus, HOMU
Oh,
and
homunculus.
homunculus. Oh, pardon me, I
Yes.
mispronunciation. Homunculi. Yeah, I was just saying it.
Homunculi. Okay, I'm with you now. I genuinely couldn't think of what the word was that you were saying. I was like, it's the French word. I genuinely
No,
like,
no, no.
it's the French.
It's the French, but I'm Canadian, so it doesn't make sense.
The French
But yeah, it's
Canadian.
yeah, that's true.
Count.
I guess so.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I was.
Homunculi. Okay, I'm with you now.
Yeah, I think it might be the best of ideas to like allow Umbra to have a life of her own while still like allowing Scar. What's their name again? The one that
Shock. Shock.
pardon me?
Shock.
Shrunk. Okay. Yeah, it'd be best for him, since it would allow him to be able to have his body back while still be able to like have a correct mind. Like if we're able to repair it, then
Well,
yeah.
only if we get to repair, right?
Yep.
Yeah, but in the meantime, whilst Umbra is possessing him, his body's not going to decay and he won't eventually die. Like that was my thinking. Like
Yeah.
100%. I was never thinking like Umbra stays in the body forever and that's that. Like I'm on board with getting Shock his body back. We need to keep his body going for the meantime.
For sure. That's why I think it's the best of ideas.
I'm not gonna lie, I love the idea of Umbra's now gonna like whole redo over Shock's look, going from that rough, gruff, bearded bloke to some like short haired, no beard, wearing odd clothes. He's gonna be like Cole from Dragon Age because nothing's gonna seem right.
Yeah. One sec. Like when I'm talking about localize and things. The main thing, and the main thing I'm thinking about is this. So that's in a manual I've been reading for quite a while. I don't know if the image is going to be shown correctly or anything like that. Internet's a bit slow. One sec. I'm gonna.
Yeah, you keep just the homunculi. Every time you say it, I have to remind myself homunculi.
Yeah, sorry about that.
No, it's not your fault, love. It's no one's fault. Like it's just that I just have to keep reminding myself. So if I'm ever just like, what? It's like no homunculi. I'm like, oh, okay, I'm with you. I mean, I have someone in my Tuesday game who's German, and she does that. She thinks in German words and translates it, which is fine. And
Yeah.
she'll say stuff in German words, and I'm like, what does that mean?
The worst part about it is that in general, I do think in English, but for some specific words, I think in French.
That's okay.
It's
No one's perfect.
fucking worse. Yeah. Well, at least I speak both languages. I don't only speak English or French.
Hey, it's not my fault that my country think the entire world should speak our language.
I'm sorry. You could learn something like Welsh.
I
or
can't
something like
learn.
that.
I'm British. We don't learn. We go over to other
Oh, yeah.
countries, tell them how they're doing it wrong, and teach them how to do it our way.
But yeah, that's the like idea I had for like if we could find a buddy for her. Okay, it's Emmanuel with as I was saying, and that character is actually an homunculus. So again, same thing, homunculus. Pardon me. So it's basically a fake body with a soul in it. The character is fucking intense, but I like the design of like a Victorian style with white hair. I don't know why.
Yeah, well, the German one in my Tuesday game, she plays a Warforged cleric who literally is like, every time she forgets words, and she says the word in German, we now make it like it's just computing differently. German's binary.
Why not? It's like me with Goblin, just speaking French.
Goblin's French. Latin is Dwarven.
And maybe we could do Korean for something.
Orc. Korean's Orc. Korean is Orc.
I would have said like something like Elven.
No, I don't. I think, honestly, if I was going to pick Elven, I'd probably pick
Japanese or something like that.
Maybe Japanese. I was also thinking like native, like either I don't know, like maybe Japanese. Maybe Japanese. Maybe no, because in my head I've just got like native languages. Like I've got Celtic, Aboriginal, Australian, Native American languages like elves. I definitely imagine it being very similar but different. I also want to have languages.
You gotta specify what kind of Native American.
Huh? I'd say Elvish could be really fun as Welsh. So like the words are so fucking long.
Everything, yeah. There's neck. Honest to God, like
that'd be more Goblin.
No, but this is the thing. I like the idea of making it like Elvish is always very associated as a very fancy, very elegant, and I've always thought Elvish would be great for French. But I like the idea of making Elvish not, and Elvish is Welsh. It's very phlegmy.
Yeah,
Elvish should be Spanish.
All right,
Spain, Spanish.
Yeah, it could be. It could be. Elvish could be Spanish.
Spain, Spanish.
And then I imagine Sylvan is Russian. The fairy language has to be like Russian. Just a hishnik Very aggressive. They're such friendly people. They just want to kill you all the time.
Oh yeah, and orc is like super fancy. Like
Yeah.
this is actually in Korean, and everything sounds so calm.
I always thought
Like John.
Faye was Scottish or something.
Oh, this is what we're saying. We were doing it in a way of like, so taking what everyone expects it to be and then flipping it on its head. So, like, Elvish is meant to be a very elegant, sophisticated, delicate language, which would suit the French. And we said, like,
Yeah.
okay, so it's got to be something that's very not, like, for argument's sake, Welsh or Spain Spanish, like European
No, Spain
Spanish.
Spanish is actually pretty good.
Yeah, and that's why I said,
We
like, Sylvan, a language that's meant to be funny,
Icelandic.
fun, and like, yeah, I mean, meant to be light and bubbly and funny. You pick a language that's really harsh to hear, like Russian.
Hmm.
I just, for me, it would just be funny because everybody also, the same way as everybody makes dwarves northern,
Scottish.
like Scottish. Yeah, and I'm like, why? Why are they always like? I understood in The Hobbit why they were Scottish and in Lord of the Rings because it's based in the UK and yeah. But why is
Because
it
they
when you've
drink a
got
lot.
access to? But again, I'm like, you've got access to the entirety of the world when you do certain fantasy stuff. Why are you picking Europeans? Like, go wide. Like, make dwarven Russian. Make dwarven Chinese, Japanese. That would be
That
cool.
sounds wrong.
But what do you know? Because think about
Dwarf.
it. What? No,
Yeah,
but think about it.
it's
Dwarves are really
Mandarin,
good.
please. That's offensive.
But think
No,
about
I'm
it.
just kidding.
Dwarves are really good at inventing, at crafting, at making. That sounds like Asia to me.
I don't know, dog. Freaking like
That
Europe
does
made
not
like
sound like Asia to me.
They're really good at making things. Everything gets made in Asia. Everything gets made in China.
Well, nowadays.
Yeah, so
Alright.
exactly. Everything gets made in China.
Well,
When we're talking
anyway,
about medieval, it's not Asia. What's it?
They made fireworks first.
yeah, they invented gunpowder anyway.
and a guy tried to go to the moon by strapping a bunch of them on a chair.
Makes sense.
Yeah, well,
Recall their name. But yeah.
So still no Rogrick, I guess.
Nope. Maybe
yet.
send him a message or something.
Yeah, I can message him.
By the way, Raven, the picture I sent was the idea of like an homunculus for like a body for Umbra. It's from a manual I'm reading right now, so I really like the design. I don't know if it could be an inspiration or something.
Have you watched Full Metal Alchemist?
No,
Yeah, well,
every time he said homunculus, I was just thinking of lust.
that's huh of lust, huh? How
Yeah.
the fuck?
Well, we can keep going. I'll see if Rogrick
Yep.
gets back to me. All right.
Sorry, Damien, you're gonna lose shock, but gain a shockette.
Shut up.
Damien looks at everyone in disgust as we exit the church.
All right.
I'm just trying to help both of them.
So as you step out, you are suddenly back within Chaur. Basically standing outside the front door of the cursed church. If you look back, the room you were just in is gone. And it's just the kind of decrepit ruins of the church that look nothing like the place you were in. A moment later, Shock would step out of the church as well. Say, well, that was interesting, wasn't it, friends?
Friend is
Yeah,
a
sure.
strong word.
Says, from my knowledge of us, we are quite close. We've been through a lot together.
Yes, Damien, we have to keep up appearances, remember?
Yeah, but that's not shock.
Says,
And then he
well,
just walks away.
No.
Shock kind of looks at you all and says, Of course, I'm not Shock. Did he forget the conversation we just had?
No. I'm gonna like pipe up before anyone here is like, nope. He hasn't forgotten. He's just basically learned that his friend is, for all intents and purposes, dead in the minute. And until we can figure out a way to bring his mind back, he is kind of dead. He's just dealing with grief, which is an emotion you will get to experience someday, maybe.
Maybe. Well, what shall we do now, fellow mercenaries?
You, Dark, are going to go and spend some time with the people in our camp, get a little bit more used to interacting with people, a little more accustomed to it, so you can not sound so strange.
Says, I believe I
you
should
need to avoid.
go see Melody, if my memories are correct.
No, that is not what you should go do right now. You need to work on your interpersonal skills and being able to communicate with people properly, and then consider it with one of us with you. But until then, you don't see Melody because she liked Shock romantically, and this could seriously fuck her up, and I'm not going to put her through that.
There's so many rules to this. Alright, I'll go and interact with the camp first.
Alright, I'm going to stand in front of him and go through this and go, listen, it might seem like a lot of rules, but there's not. There are very simple rules and very few rules, and these are the rules you obey. You treat people how you want to be treated. Now, I understand for someone who comes from a plane where they were nothing, that's hard to understand. So I'm going to give you a crash course. People are complex. People have emotions. They feel happy, anger, joy, sorrow, and they can feel them all at once. You have to try and not to make someone get upset because of something you do. And if you do make someone upset, you have to know that you did it wholeheartedly for a reason you 100% believe in, and not just, I got bored. So until you're able to understand how an interaction with someone has an effect, you need to work on it. Okay? This is you for the minute are borrowing someone's body. The other people you're going to meet, this is their life forever. You get one chance at a first impression and one chance to make or break someone.
It's getting tiring listening to you talk. Can I just go now?
Yes, go
You
on,
want
go.
me to go with you to help you
Oh,
learn?
by the way, a fun thing to try. Alcohol will really help perk you up.
That is true. That is true.
And Shock would just start walking towards the Dark Water Inn. Alright, so what does the group want to do?
How close is Damien right now?
I assume he's still in the area somewhere.
Davian took off. Davian took off to the Dark Water.
Yeah, so last you saw he was heading towards the Dark Water.
I'm going to go to Dotor and just be like, do you think we did the right thing giving her his body?
I think it's a bit more complex than right or wrong. In this situation, both of them have their soul, so none of them are destroyed. B, Umbra can experience things that she wasn't. Well, could we say they, she or they? Whatever.
Whatever you want.
Yeah, she couldn't experience because she was stuck here in the church. So thus, she'll be able to evolve as a being, and she'll be able to become more humane. And C, once we're able to find a solution to allow Shock to get his psyche back correctly, we'll be able to give him the body back. And as for Umbra, we will probably be able to find someone with talent to be able to put her body into a construct or something to allow her to continue to experience the world while staying be able to control her to a certain amount so that she doesn't go overboard with the chaos as it is
Well,
a bit in her nature.
well, at that point, I was hoping she'd have experienced enough to not, but no, I just. And then it's also we're doing this so that we can eventually free everybody trapped in the building behind us. Oh, that's
I
not
think
knowing,
it
isn't
might be
it?
best, yes,
All right.
because they didn't want to be stuck in the building, so we should try to
Everybody
help
in there
them.
wants to go. Everybody in
Yeah,
there wants to be set free. Even
so
Umbra wanted to be free.
we should try to find a solution to that and try helping them.
Yeah, yeah, it's just. Suppose it's Damien so sure that doing this was wrong. And I'm wondering, was I just so vehement for it being right that I was just doing it to take up the opposite stance, or was I actually thinking it was right? I don't know.
There is something to think about. That being said, uh, do we still have the picture?
Yeah,
Uh,
so you would still have all the
Yes.
things you found in that dream, which is a little odd.
Yeah, I pull the picture out of the bag of holding. Oh, yeah, it's still here. Why?
water time.
There's a well here. Don't drain it. They need it.
It's true.
I just run to some place like a bar and just try to make a magic show out of the fact that I'm like getting all the water. Like for
Right.
example, I'm picking up a
I'll
pitcher and dropping it and just like flipping the magic pitcher upside down, being like, "Oh, there's no water." Oh.
I'm doing magic
and I'll
tricks with
go
the
the
pitcher.
I'll go the dark water in.
All right, so I think you're all going to the
Bill-
dark water inn.
Yeah, I need to
Oliver
sleep
at this
anyway.
point is unsure and needs to put a show on to make himself feel like himself.
So
He's doing
as
show.
you're walking through the streets, you notice people kind of looking at the group and like whispering to each other as if they're surprised by something.
Oliver doesn't even pay attention. Oliver is so emotionally messed up on stuff. He's literally just not paying attention, walking, following the others.
All right. So as you are walking, one of the townsfolk will say, Misfits, you're back. Where have you been?
We've been in the church, the old one, close to the shrine.
There's a bunch of gasps. So you went to the church and you came back alive?
Mm-hmm.
Oliver walked to the back of Dotor, just like, "Oh, tell me when you're going to stop."
Well, what have you been doing there for 15 days?
We've been trying to.
What?
15 days, you said?
Odds and that's the last anyone heard from you. Everyone thought you were dead. Blackwater ended up leaving on his expedition already.
Might as well be dead.
So apparently it is the 48th of fall right now.
Well, do we know how long we were in the cursed church for?
I mean, a couple hours maybe? You did like
Like precisely, do you
one
have
or two
the
short
amount?
rests. I
So
want to
that'd
say like
be
2.5 hours.
2.5. So do the maths. We gotta do the math.
Oh well, I'll do the math. Don't worry. You guys carry on with the interaction.
Each
Okay.
hour is roughly 6 days.
Yeah.
Well, it's good to have you back. We
Well,
thought for
it
sure
is,
you
it
had
is.
perished. No one knew where you went. There's a little bit of a commotion at the market now as a bunch of people have come over to see that the Misfits are back.
Why not? let's go to Dugwater, and I'll pay around for everyone.
The Misfits are back
Celebrate
and
our-
they're buying booze. Huzzah!
No,
Alright.
we're not. No, we're not.
I am.
He's
I am.
buying it.
Yeah, I am buying it.
Alright, so you head to the Darkwater Inn, which is where your camp currently is. And all the other camp members are equally surprised that you are here. Alira would say, where the fuck were you guys?
Oh, the language. Nah.
I don't think Damien knows yet, unless Damien was with us when we talked in the town.
No, I don't think Damien told anyone yet. Because I don't think you told anyone you were going to the church. It was just like a last-minute decision.
No, I meant about the time difference, about the fact that I missed 15 days.
She says, I mean, things have been pretty quiet with you, or while you were gone, but you had me worried. It's about to head to Highguard and find some new work.
Oh, it's been 15 days?
She nods, yeah.
So we owe everyone 15 days worth of what's it called? Wages?
Payment, yeah. She says, well, I wasn't going to bring it up, but yeah, I wouldn't mind getting paid what I'm owed. Which would
Okay.
Well,
be...
first things first, logistics.
Let's see.
Do we know how long Blackwater was in the church for?
You don't know.
How many gold coin is it per day?
It is 13 gold and 7 silver per day.
13.
Although you wouldn't have to pay shock, obviously. So I guess with the other people, let's see. So minus the 4, that would be 9 gold, 7 silver.
So we don't have to pay shock anymore.
Well,
It's
for
a bit
now.
cheaper that way. It was a good decision. So 9 gold.
Yeah,
You
9
good?
gold, 7 silver.
Okay.
That was just funny.
Okay. Just making
That's
sure you
just
didn't
rubbing the
on
fact
yourself.
that you guys killed Shark.
Lyra would say, also, I've been kind of doing a pretty good job at, earning the group a good reputation in Chaur. I was thinking maybe you could pay me more than that silver piece a day. I feel like I've proven myself at this point.
Sure. I toss her a gold coin.
She says, how about 2 gold a day?
How about 1.5? 1 gold.
One
and
gold a
silver.
day. 1 gold a day. The others don't get much better than that are good at stuff.
She says, Iara gets 4 gold a day and Melody gets 3. I asked them.
Yeah. You know
I'm
why they
okay
get
with
that much?
giving her
It's
2
made-
gold a day.
Right.
You know what,
Gold.
let's speak with Iara and Melody. We'll see what they have to say, and if they say nothing but positive stuff, we'll get you your 2 gold.
They risk their lives getting into fights with us. She doesn't. There should be danger pay.
As well, I still do a good
think that-
job. I mean, if you were paying any specialist for the stuff I do, I'd probably be making more.
Yeah, I asked for the opinions of Melody and Iara on, was it Alira?
Lyra, yeah. So, I mean, they would both have good things to say about her. She has been working within the streets of Chaur to keep people basically happy with your group's reputation, like making sure stories are being told and kind of, explaining away any bad rumors that may surface.
Hey, good PR.
Yeah, basically.
I think that's worth the 2 gold.
She says, excellent. Well, I mean, you don't have to pay me for the time you were gone. I just mean going forward.
I don't mind it. I toss her the 2 gold coins.
Okay. So if you were paying 9 gold, 7 silver a day for 15 days, how much is that?
It's 145.5. I did the math and did the thing in the
Progression.
worksheet already.
Nice.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
All right, so go ahead and I guess where are you going to subtract that from? I guess the party treasury?
Yeah,
All right, so go ahead and minus that from the party treasury.
already done.
All right, excellent. So they're happy to be paid for the time they were working. Let's see. What were they working on? So Melody would give you, let's see, a greater healing potion that she created. She would have used. Well, wait. Does the camp have religious components
I believe so. Party inventory.
or nature?
We have rare herbs and religious components.
All
And
right.
nature components.
How much rare herbs do you have?
120.
All right, so she spent those and another 30 maho of nature components to make a greater healing potion while you were gone.
Right, and you've got that right, Dotor. As in you're editing the sheet.
Well, I'm assuming one of you is going to take this because it's not going to do much good in the party treasury. Does anyone need a greater healing potion?
I would say either give it to Dotor or Roderick.
Yeah, probably Dotor.
Alright, so Dotor, go ahead and pull a greater healing potion onto your sheet from the compendium. And I'll say, let's see, I'll say she made another 2 healing potions as well, so minus another 50 maho of nature.
Okay, and just to make sure with you, for the rare herbs, so all 120 are used?
Yes, and 30 religious components, 30 maho.
30, okay.
And another 50
Okay.
of nature.
If you made another 2 healing potions, should me and Damien take one, and then when Roderick gets here, me or you can give him ours?
Yeah, it's up to you however you guys want to do it. Just make sure someone's taking those now.
Yeah, I'm taking 1 extra healing potion, yes?
You're taking a
you take
healing.
one.
All of that was noted. It's all good in the sheet.
Alright, I
And
grabbed
I'll
1
add
extra
that
healing
potion.
potion for myself.
And Dotor took a greater healing, right?
Yep, I'm
Okay.
doing it right now as we speak.
And I've got an extra potion
Did
of
you-
healing, which I can dish back.
Let's see. Did you give Iara something to do? What was she working on?
Kill Blackwater.
Oh, the rumor spreading. So that's done. She says the people of Chaur no longer, those workers are not telling people about our deal with the Iron Tide anymore.
Quick question. Within the compendium, there is the potion of healing, but there's no greater healing potion. So how that work? Is it like a instead of 2d4, is it like 4d4 plus 4?
Yeah. I think is it potion of greater healing?
There's none. There's none of them. Potion.
Yeah, there's a potion of greater healing, but I might not have my book shared. That might be why it's not coming up.
Yeah.
Here, I'll just stick it in your inventory for you.
Perfect. Thank you.
Potion of greater healing. There you go.
And what does it do?
All right. So
is there a way to? Oh,
yeah, you can read the description. It's 4d4 plus 4 healing.
Oh.
But yeah, Iara. So none of your camp people don't currently have jobs right now because they finished what they were doing. Oh, Illyra would say, as for the camp being weak to robbery, I did find a couple of ways to improve defenses. So if you want, I can take 50 gold pieces to improve security of the camp.
Okay with that?
Definitely,
yeah. So 15, you said.
50.
50. Okay, perfect. Thank you. Sorry about that. French and English,
No worries.
Okay. So that's
I'll make a
done.
note of that.
Yep, it's done.
Okay. All right, so you give her the money, and she says that should all be taken care of by tomorrow. And we shouldn't have to worry as much about anything being stolen. Okay, so what's the new upkeep? It would be 9 and 9 and 7 per day.
Well, I did everything, by the way.
Yeah, just moving forward, I just edited the wages.
Okay, perfect.
All right, so yeah, what does the group want to do? It seems
Well,
that. Go ahead.
I do have to pay for the round of drinks, so I don't know if you want to
Right.
calculate it.
So if you're paying for the round of drinks for the evening, let me do a quick roll. You buying like the nice drinks or like the crappy drinks?
Are there like medium type of drinks? And what's the prices for both? If there's only 2 options.
So
They're peasants. I think they just want to get drunk, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I mean, there's like, I guess there's medium quality, but yeah, you're gonna pay a good amount more if you don't do the crappy beer because there's a lot of people.
But what's the like?
So, for
value
example, like the normal ale, the like crappy stuff is like a silver per mug, whereas like the better dwarven stuff is like a gold per mug, and then there's like the elven wines, which is like the really good stuff. You're looking at like 5 to 10 gold a bottle.
Okay, I'm not that rich. I'm gonna take the simple ale. Yeah.
Okay, so the silver piece or
Yeah.
copper piece.
How
All right.
many? It's copper. It's not silver.
The normal ale is like a copper piece for an ale.
Okay, and the dwarven is gold.
Yeah, there's like there's a silver one too if you want to do the silver, so it's a little bit better.
Is it just silver? 1 silver?
Yeah,
Sorry
per
about the
mug.
questions. Okay, and how many people would be there?
There's quite a few. It's like a full bar at this point because everyone is excited that the Misfits are home.
So about 50, 80 people?
Yeah, probably about 50.
Okay. Sick.
So which?
Why not? Let's say the dwarven one. So 5 gold in total.
Okay.
And that's done. That's from my own money. That's not from the treasure, so don't worry about that.
Well, hang on one moment, because more people might show up.
Ah. Okay, that's no
Just
issue.
put 10 gold on the table. That should be enough for everyone.
So
yeah,
you
for
got
sure.
the copper piece or the silver piece option?
piece.
Silver piece. So yeah, there's some more people showing as time is passing. Let's see.
Let's do another 5, I guess, just for the purpose of it.
You would end up paying 3, 6. So you paid 5 already?
Yep.
So you'd end up paying an extra 6. Not that much.
Okay, that's good with me.
And everyone is happy and like enjoying their night. Give me a D100 roll.
Oh. 45.
Depressed drinking.
So yeah, people are happy. Like you have some conversations, and I'll say, yeah, you gain some favor within the town. So you have a contact. I'll say you make in Chaur, a poor contact, like which you can call on to help you do something in town. That's like basically you can call in a favor from one of the poor people in Chaur.
Good to know.
If you want to add that to your resources somewhere. Like you make a bunch of friends and one guy owes you a favor, basically.
Okay. Good to know. So poor favor. That's the name of it?
Yeah, like poor person or poor person contact. It's a contact basically.
Okay, it's done.
All right. So it's about 9 o'clock at this point. Time is passing. Anything else anyone wants to do, or are we going to bed and passing the night?
Putting on a show. I don't need to run for it. It's just I'm going to do my major image to like do a story, and I'm going to use the image on the stage to make people like basically using major image to make extra people and make sounds and music. Basically, I'm doing a musical for 10 minutes.
All right. Like about what?
Because I'm really addicted to the musical called Six right now, I'm basically doing that for the minute. It's about an elvish king. Well, actually, no, it's about the elvish king's 6 wives who all got treated badly, and it's kind of basically them saying "fuck you" to the king.
All right, so you're basically just doing like an entertainment thing for people.
Yeah.
All right. Give me a performance roll, and Alira's efforts have given you advantage on this.
Okay. Because performance is the one thing that I can't. I do actually have to roll.
All right. So there is a lot of clapping and cheering. People are all getting drunk off of Dotor's drinks. They seem.
And
yeah.
What about Umbra? How is she faring? Is she,
she is not actually here right now. You saw her for a little while, but you're not sure where he or she went. You haven't seen her for a few hours.
After like everyone gets a bit drunk and everything, I try to look for them, just to know if everything is okay.
Yeah. Give me a. Yeah, Oliver, give me a D100 roll. Okay. Yeah, you get a bunch of compliments on the show, and you would gain some renown for your show in Chaur. So a good amount of people watched and enjoyed it.
Have to make a note. 6 as one of my shows.
So where, or Damien, I haven't heard much from you. Are you doing anything tonight before I go to Dotor?
Well, I guess we're gonna have to start heading towards Essex soon. So we'll probably start getting everything in order for that.
Did you tell everyone in camp what you found out in the church?
No, I think he's just kind of silent to himself for now.
All right. So I'll say that Melody would say, is it a good idea to go after Blackwater? I mean, it seems like he's not really the biggest fan of our group. I mean, maybe we should just go our own way at this point.
Just talking to me, right?
Yeah, because you said tomorrow we're going to Issyk. She says, well, Blackwater, I mean, I don't know. I guess you all still want to see what's in that vault. You were kind of working with him, so it makes sense. But he also seems like he's not the biggest fan of your group. So I'm not sure.
And I can tell you the reason why at a later date when we're on the road. Perhaps.
Iara would nod. She says, also, we should probably get in touch with the Iron Tide if we're heading to Issyk. They'll probably want to know of our progress. She says, I'm kind of surprised Blackwater left without the final piece of the puzzle. If he doesn't have all 3 keys, I'm not sure how he's going to get into the vault.
Yeah, maybe he thought we'd meet him along the way. Which, I guess he'd be right.
Says, now, from what I observed, and I'll say Dotor, you're here for all this too. You haven't left yet. And Oliver. She says, from what I observed, his people were looking for you quite extensively. Several days had passed, then I know that he took his forces and left. It was probably about 5 days ago when he finally went without you. So I don't think he's expecting to meet you along the way.
Perhaps he found a way to open it without the last key.
Says, I don't know,
More
but
pissed that he can't find us. Because actually, he doesn't even know we have the key.
no, he thought that the Iron Tide had it.
Yeah, so he wouldn't even know about the key in our possession. He thinks the Iron Tide have it, and he... Oh, shit. He thinks the Iron Tide has the key, and that the Iron Tide he knows is still at the camp. Ah, fuck.
Do you think he would have attacked the Iron Tide?
I think he's at least spoke to them. And he now knows that we have the key, and we lied to him.
Well, if that had happened, wouldn't he have just headed back here? Well, no, I guess he would have thought we had left. Or you all had left. Interesting.
Yeah.
She says,
Which
well,
I definitely don't think in that case we should go after him for a little bit.
I know Blackwater has no love of Orcard. Maybe he sent someone to try to steal the knife from him. Maybe assassins.
Well, perhaps you can look into that, Lyara. It is your forte, isn't it?
She says, am I going to go travel back to the ruins again? That's like a 3-day journey. I've done it twice now. Fine, I'll take the walk. What are you all doing? Just staying here?
Before you leave, yeah, we'll let you know. I think we should just go after him, right?
I don't. I think we should at least take some time. Look, we've got a couple of things we need to get. Actually, hang on. We don't need to. Do I have it? I think I might have sending. Give me a minute. No, I don't.
Well,
damn it. I thought I might do.
Has Dotor met Ayara?
I think they met
Maybe
once.
one.
Yeah.
Okay, when you first joined the camp, probably. Alright, so you've met all these people. I was going to say they might be talking to you more. She says, well, if you wish me to go speak to them, you are paying me, so I can go look into what the Iron Tide is doing, if they're still alive, what exactly has transpired.
That will spell not. So I could send a message to Erdo to see.
Oh, that would save Lyara so much time.
Hey, give me a minute. Right, so I'm going to send a message to Erdal, and I'm going to... Erdal's the one in charge, right?
No, Erdal is the second in command.
Orcard's
the one in
the one in charge.
Orcard.
Orcard.
Alright, cool. I'm going to send a message to Orcard and just be like, hey, Orcard. Shit. I fucking already... Let me start again. Hey, Orcard. In Chaur, wondered if Blackwater had contacted you. Has anything interesting happened while we've been away? That is 20. That was 19, 18. If you are well, there we are. That's 20. Good.
25 is the limit.
Well, I'm not hitting the 25. Okay, so there you are. That's 22.
You just send them Morse code.
Ayara would whisper, you probably don't want to mention Dotor, since he's an escaped prisoner, right? Or slave.
Wait, did
I already
he say,
sent it.
did he say
I already
that
sent
all
it,
out
and I
loud,
never-
or is it in his head?
I said
That was
it.
in his head,
'cause I-
but she
as
just
I was
mentioned
saying-
it.
Oh,
I was saying, because I would have like muttered it in my breath just as I was counting it out to make sure I was getting the right word and not hitting the limit. But, you know, I was very aware of, like, I'd never mentioned Dotor. I've sent the message. I'm waiting for a response.
So, strangely, let me read the spell real quick. So you don't think he got the message, which generally would mean that he is on another plane or possibly dead.
Hmm.
Okay, Oliver kind of looks a bit, and Oliver says, like, okay, Ayara, you might need still to go to the cave, but be very careful, because he's not got the message, which means one of two things. Either A, he's on a different plane, entirely possible, I don't know how he got there, but still, or B, he's dead.
Oh. Well, that would be too bad. I kind of liked him. Sure, I'll go check on him.
So,
Why are
be
the
very
odds the
careful,
captain's
because
turned on him?
Now I'm curious what's going on.
what's the odds that Blackwater got there and killed him?
Yeah.
I
You
don't
gotta
think it's a good idea for running after him. I would at least like spend a day
Blackwater is some like book book studying hermit. How would he kill Orcar?
Hey, Ayara, actually, one last thing before you go. We need to have a talk, but I know Dota wants to go try and find Umbra. And I would say to him, like, can you bring Chuck back with you, please? I need to go do something.
All right, so Dotor, I'll switch over to Dotor for a bit.
Mhm.
Where are you gonna go look for Shock?
I'm gonna.
You don't see him in the
Hmm.
bar.
I'm
Melody's
gonna
here,
go to
but
the shrine.
which shrine?
Well, on the map there's only the Palo one, so I
Paler
assume that's
Shrine.
the only one. Yeah.
All right, so you head over to the shrine of Palor. I forget. Have you been in Chaur before, or is this your first time in the actual town?
It's my second time,
Second time?
and I've spent a couple days to check around to get info about magic item. So
All right.
yeah.
So you get to the shrine. There are a couple of priests there, like kind of lighting candles and cleaning up after a day of worship. They would greet you as you approach.
I greet them back.
Hail, friend. Are you here for prayer? They seem a little bit worried, as you don't look like the normal patron.
Certainly. If I may, not know much about the teachings of Palo, but if you'll be so kind to teach me a bit about him, I'd be really grateful.
Oh, of course. There is much to be said of the power and the loving spirit of the sun god and his followers. And they will happily start going into different scriptures, teachings on like fertility, the fields, farming, new life, expectations of families, and all this stuff that probably isn't of much concern to you. I
Well,
assume.
yeah, yeah. So, how do you say it? I don't know how I would say it, but I give them a coin as a form of like, how could I say it? Basically, like a donation to the shrine.
All right, so they thank you. They say this will be of great assistance to us in keeping things running.
It's been a pleasure. May Pelor's shine upon you.
You as well. May the sun god bless you in everything you do. Praise the light. Praise the light.
Yes. Praise the light. Indeed.
Praise
So
the
I
sun.
go. I go around. I guess where could she be? I go to the grotto, like the cavern.
Mm-hmm.
That was there, if I recall, or was it here? I can't recall. Well, whichever it was, I go to check perhaps if she's there
It's down
for some
south.
reason.
You
Yeah.
go to the small cave. That's the one where you found Delira, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. No. you don't see Shock here.
Okay. I go to the marketplace and go and I ask around if anyone has seen Shock. I wanted to buy him a drink since I didn't really see him at the inn.
Alright, so the marketplace is mostly closed, other than some guards and some of the caravan people
Yeah.
making plans for travel. But the few that are there, I would say, give me persuasion or investigation,
Okay.
or if you have another
Uh,
skill you think would come in handy.
so investigation or persuasion.
Persuasion.
Fuck's sake. Those are the two bad ones. um,
Fortunately, yeah, that's probably what I would assume would be the best ones. So you're asking around. One of the people here,
mhm.
as you describe Shock, they actually know of your group and of Shock and would say, yeah, I saw him come through a couple of hours ago. He was heading east through the market. Not sure where he was
Oh,
going, though.
well, thank you very much. I thank him and say, have a wonderful day.
Says, yeah, you too.
Thank you. And I guess I go to the gates, or there, I assume there's some guards there.
Yeah, the gates are closed and the night watch is keeping an eye out.
I ask them, did you see Shock?
Hail, Misfits, or Misfit. I haven't seen your friend pass through this way.
Okay, thank you.
He says, although I thought I saw him to the west of here a few hours ago, but I didn't see where he went.
That's fine. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful day and a great evening.
You as
I go
well.
to the church. Thank you. I go to the church and
All
I
right.
look around without going in to check if they're perhaps nearby.
So you approach the cursed church. Give me an active perception
Okay.
or
Also
investigation.
the worst. Yep. Perception. Actually, a bit better.
All right. So
Okay.
as you are looking around, you
hmm
would see Shock sitting under a tree, kind of close to the church.
Okay. I go sit beside them and ask, is everything okay?
Oh, hello again, Dotor. Yeah, everything's fine. I was just feeling a bit like I miss the chaos
Overwhelmed?
energies, so I thought I'd come
hmm
back to the church, as I assume I won't be here much longer to be in connection with them. The whole being human and conscious and all these new people, it's a lot easier when you can just kind of read their thoughts in a chaos void, but when they're all being loud and inebriated and just, you know, chaos is one thing, but what's going on in that tavern is just confusing to me.
That's a part of being human. You need to discover new things and experience them to learn about them. And obviously, some things like that can be a bit bothersome for the first time. Get used to them, but it's a good thing that you've seen them for at least once, you know. Uh, that being said, it's important as well to take some time for yourself. And it's a great way to go back to the church. Obviously, some people might get a bit confused thinking you're still Chuck. I know uh, you, Umbra, are used to the place, but maybe Shock wasn't going that often there. So just keep in mind to make sure that to not seem too out of place. But if you need to speak or take some time alone, just tell us, and we'll be able to help us the best we can.
Hmm.
And I ask her, do you wish me to leave for now, or is it okay if I stay with you?
Give me a persuasion.
Fucking hell. Like a nat one or some shit like that.
Well,
7.
I think I'll stay here for now, but maybe once I have more time in this this body, I'll get more used to being around others. Your insight is appreciated.
It's been a pleasure. Can I check with insight if she's like okay, like pretty
Yeah, give me an
okay and
insight check.
perfect. Let's go.
Yeah, I mean, you don't get the feeling she's upset or down. You think, like she said, she might just have wanted to reconnect to the void energies in this desolate area.
Okay, good to know.
But she doesn't seem like she is has any issues, or he, I guess. Shock.
Yeah, I'll say okay. Well, perfect. I'll leave it. I'm gonna go sleep. I'll be in the inn if in the pardon me the camp if there's anything. Not just to come and ask. Otherwise, I hope you have a wonderful evening. I get up and slowly walk away to go meet up with the rest of the party back in the inn.
So as you're going, she says, "Oh, before you leave, I forgot to mention this before." And she will pull out a small pulsing shadowy crystal. She says, "This is a soul crystal that was partially created when the ritual at the church went off, but it's very underpowered due to the small amount of souls absorbed. I think it only is good for maybe 2 or 3 charges, but, something that the group could use." She says, "I still think, absorbing Chaur may have been a good way to power this fully up, but it seems like your group was against the idea." And she hands you the crystal. She says, "Be careful, it's very fragile. I suggest only transporting it in a bag of holding if possible."
Out of roleplay, do I know? Could you explain to me what the charges do?
I don't know if your character knows much about soul crystals. You
Nope.
might have to ask the other characters about them. But from what it sounds like, these are some kind of energy sources.
I see.
At least
Well,
that's what it sounded like when other people were talking about the soul crystals.
okay, good to know. I say to her, well, if you want, you can. I think you could actually keep it for now, as a way to. I don't know if the chaos energy is linked to it or anything like that.
She says,
But
"No, these
perhaps.
are necrotic energies. These are not much good to me. You
Okay.
and your people should probably take it. There might be something you can use it for. It's useless to me."
Okay, I guess so. I grab the gem and thank her very much. The crystal, pardon me.
Yeah.
I thank her and I say, have a wonderful evening again.
I
See
shall
you tomorrow.
meet you in camp, probably in a couple of hours.
Certainly. Have a wonderful day. So I get up with the crystal in hand, making sure I don't drop it or anything like that. Go back to the inn and put it in Oliver's bag of holding.
All right. Are you telling them about it?
I mentioned that she gave to me the crystal, but I don't say I just say she gave me this crystal. I don't know much about it, but I guess maybe you do. But I'll put it in the bag. We'll think about it later. I see
Okay.
that you're both a bit drunk, so you know.
So just make note that this crystal only has 3 charges to it.
Yep, I'll put it in the bag of holding. So I assume shadow crystal, 3 charges would be okay with you.
Probably incomplete soul crystal would be a good name for it. And then 3 charges. Alright, so unless anyone else wants to do anything, I'll keep passing time.
Oh, I think Doru was making sending stones for us.
Oh, Was he? Is that one of the downtime projects?
It is.
He was, yeah.
All right. So I think those would be done, right?
Obviously.
If it's been 15 days, then yeah.
All right. So then you could have, and actually, like anyone, like so, just erase the projects that are done.
So Melody and Dory. Okay.
Or maybe should I just have a completed project? So it's going to get really long if I do that.
I think all the ones that are Yara, Lyra, Melody, Shock, Daru, I think those are all done. I think you can delete all those.
All right. So yeah, go ahead and delete those. Oh,
So
was
basically
Melody already making a greater healing potion?
She already made it.
Yeah, she made it.
Because I charged
But-
you an extra set of components. So you actually would have had 2 greater healing potions done then.
Oh,
If she was already making
Good.
one. So
Alright.
go ahead and who's getting the second one?
I
Probably.
will put it in the bag of holding meanwhile, I guess.
I'll
If,
see.
Do we put it?
if you want, but I suggest just having those on people so they can use them.
Okay.
But you're welcome to store it wherever you want.
I think for now we'll put it in the bag of holding, but I'll put a note so that the for next session we check if someone wants it. Is it okay with you, Oliver and Damien?
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't really need it.
Okay.
What about the sending stones? Who's getting those?
How many have we got?
You have 2.
It's a
That made,
pair, right?
and remember, sending stones can only talk to their partner sending stone. Not like all sending stones.
Give one to Roderick for when he scouts. And I don't know who wants the other one.
Well,
Probably
it only
not.
works once a day, so using it for scouting would be silly.
Oh.
It's like basically the spell sending just once a day to whoever has the other stone. And then they can do a reply.
Since Ayara is going out, should we hand a piece to Ayara? Then
Yeah.
Alright, so let me make note
do-
that she has a sending
I
stone.
do want to inform her before she goes off about what we saw in the church and everything.
yeah, that's what we were waiting on Chuck for.
Yeah, we were, but then she doesn't want to come, so.
So just to make sure with you all regarding the projects and other things, so everything from the other folks, like the non-characters, so Elira, Melody, Shock, and Doru are all done, right?
Yeah.
And Aida, okay. And as for the project of like Roderick, could we say it's done since it's been more than 5 days? I don't know if he came with us within
Well, he
the,
was with you in the church, so he wouldn't have had time to work on his project. Right.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
who has the second sending stone if you gave one to Ayara?
I can take it.
Okay, just so I can make a note. Twin is Damien. Okay. Okay. So, anything else before I pass some time?
Yeah,
Not much.
before Ayara goes, we wait for Shock, but when Dotor turns up without Shock, we gather he's not coming, so okay. Oliver will say to Damien, but like, do we just want to tell Ayara, or do you want to tell all of them?
Tell all of them.
Cool.
Everyone has the right to know.
Does
We
that
need to go
include
somewhere
your
very far.
laborers and or just the main people in your camp?
Main people, because the main people will be able to keep an eye on the laborers, and it's less likely because we've learned that loose lips sink ships, and I don't want this to have to be any bigger than it needs to be.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
just the named NPCs.
Alright, so you are telling, well, everyone but Shock, I guess, because he knows already. So, Dotor would get back later, and then I assume you're telling everyone.
Yeah. Because we're waiting for those forward shock. The shock might come, so.
Yeah, shock will also get back a little bit later. So I'll say that is around 11. It's getting close to bedtime. And everyone is just flabbergasted. Alira would say, so this guy we're working for isn't Blackwater, it's this Malik guy?
I leave out
That's
the
what
bit
we
about
believe.
shock being I leave out the bit about shock being possessed by Umbra.
Iris as well. That makes Blackwater quite a bit more dangerous. He's being possessed by some sort of evil wizard. Melody
A wizard who tried to create a soul gem 100 years ago.
He killed a lot of people, Melody would say. Obviously, this wizard doesn't care much for life, just for his dark projects.
Well, he thinks that creating a soul gem will allow him to travel to the first city and prevent the cataclysm.
Which do not exist, by the way.
There's a bit
Yeah,
of
it does not exist.
silence as you say that, and IR would say, "Is that possible?"
What? That the cataclysms don't exist, according to these two?
No, that he can go to the first city and stop them. Everyone knows that cataclysms exist.
That's a myth.
These two are cataclysm deniers. I know it's a
She-
newfound age thing.
She says, "Trust me, as a race that can live hundreds of years, I can tell you that the cataclysms were a thing."
But then again, do you remember what you ate 2 days ago? You can't trust your memories.
She says, "Stories
Hey.
of your people coming into the Underdark and disrupting our empire go back through the millennia, and it happens in cycles, just like the cycles of the cataclysm."
Yeah, I know this may be rude, but how old are you, IR?
She says, "Well, I'm give me a persuasion check."
Oliver looks at Damien just like, you never ask an elf their age!
Especially a red-headed
Persuasion.
elf assassin.
I'll use lucky.
Okay.
I can only use one luck, right? 20.
She says, "I'm a little under 200. Not that it's any of your business."
I insight check to know if she's lying.
Sure, give me insight.
Sorry about that. I'm just like doubting her. So the fun of it.
You think she's
Hey.
over 200.
You're lying.
She gives you the dirtiest look. Says, "You're new here."
Oliver literally makes a mage hand and slaps Dojo and it's like, you never out an elf's age!
She says,
Hey, how old are you, Oliver?
Getting back to what I asked originally, do you think
Yes,
that
back to the topic at hand.
what he claims is true? That he can stop the cataclysms?
Look, whether he can or he can't. Look, whether he can or he can't, I don't know. The fact of the matter is, he's convinced he can, and he's willing to sacrifice a lot of people to do it. Whether he can or he can't, I don't know, but that's bad enough.
As well,
Look,
I mean,
assuming these... Sorry, go ahead.
as well, I mean, cataclysms have taken out whole empires and civilizations. I mean, you know, a couple of thousand people to stop them might not be the worst idea.
Now, assuming these cataclysms truly exist, I don't believe he's going there for the goodness of the world. I think he wants the lost magics and technology.
She says, "It's more a problem for you surface dwellers than my people, though I have taken a liking to being outside of the caves."
But, I mean, the first thing is this. I've never known anybody willing to sacrifice lives to fuel power to be a good person. It doesn't happen. Secondly, if he's willing to sacrifice people's lives to do what he wants to do, it will never just end. There's always going to be something else. There's always something to reach for, and you being under the surface doesn't mean you're safe.
Maybe. Well, That's, if nothing else, that is troubling news. Melody would agree. She says, we should probably check on Orcard's people. Who knows what he could have done to them with these shadow powers he has.
That's what Ayara was about to go do, but I wanted her to know what she was walking into.
Alright, well, it's good to know. I may have underestimated him if I had found him. Knowing that he's some kind of shadow deity, I'll be a little bit more cautious. And Alira would just say, I don't know anything about Blackwater other than he's your typical rich guy, so I didn't like him even before I knew he was possessed by some evil spirit.
Melody, you've lived here long enough. How long would it take to move everybody in Chaur and the surrounding area to Highguard?
I mean, it would take several days of travel, same as if anyone was going to Highguard. But, I mean, they don't have any place to live in Highguard. What would they do once they got there?
How long would it take to get everybody in Chaur and the surrounding area, the farms and all that stuff, and get them all to go to Highguard for a day or two?
I mean, you'd have to knock on everyone's door, make sure they actually leave. It's probably something you'd want the mayor to do. But again, why are we sending everyone to Highguard? And I feel like it would be detrimental to both Highguard and the people of Chaur.
So the Cursed Church, we found out why. Well, you know why, but we found the person who's been maintaining the barrier. There's a way to release it so that everybody whose soul is trapped in there and the person who's maintaining it is free. But in doing it, will release everything she's been keeping contained, like a dam. And if everybody moves to Highguard, when she releases it, it wouldn't affect anyone.
She says, but wouldn't the dark energies corrupt the land like they did around the Cursed Church?
I mean, I don't know, maybe.
She says, I don't know if that energy should be released. I mean, maybe if you could find a way to release it back into the void.
I think that problem takes second to our current one. You know, the raging shadow lord in search of power.
Yes, I agree with you on that. But I still think finding a way to release those people will weaken him because it lets his shade go. But I also think we can't go after Black. I also don't think we can go straight after Galen because he's pissed at us right now. He's gone to Blood Orcard and potentially killed him, and he knows we lied to him. We at least need to give Ayara enough time to get there and get back. We need to. So I think while she's gone, we need to do some research. We have the halls of Tarsus below us. We need to investigate them a bit more. We need to find a way to get behind that force field.
Shock says, well, I of course will assist you regardless of your decision, Misfits.
Thank you, Shock. Very appreciated.
Of course.
Oliver looks at Damien for his reaction.
He just looks at him with anger and disgust.
Melody will kind of smile and say, and of course I will assist you as well. Where Shock goes, I go. He says, thank you, my love. And she kind of blushes. She's like, Shock, what do you say it in front of people? Oh, sorry. Then he just kind of quiets up.
I want to see Damien's reaction to that interaction where he's just said something that Shock didn't say to her.
I don't know, what's Damien's reaction?
Yeah, he's like I said, he's just looking at Umbra in disgust.
Right. Oliver makes a note of need to have a conversation.
Shock gives you a smile, as you assume Umbra is not sure of social,
Cues.
what are they called? Social cues. Yeah, exactly.
Oliver kind of does like a half-eye. Yeah, that was okay. Yeah.
All right. So, what do you want to do? Can I pass some more time?
Long rest.
All
You
right.
want a long rest? We need to sleep.
So the
Yeah, long rest.
evening is passing. No issues. It is now the 49th of fall at 8 a.m. What do you all want to do?
Oh, it's time, right?
Yeah, we're at about the end. I assume the group is trying. Well, I guess you could go towards Isik, or you could move towards Orcard's camp and see what happened, if he's okay or what's going on.
Well, do we want to do that, or do we want to do some research into? Do we want to do more investigating at the underground tunnels of Tarsus?
Well, that's more of a thing for Walnut. I kind of want to see what's going on. Personally,
Should we go with AR to go and investigate the Bloodhound? Not Bloodhound, Iron Tide.
I think so.
Okay.
But we can wait till next week, right, and decide when Roderick's here.
Yeah,
Yeah, that
Yeah.
would be best. Because
Alright.
it depends a lot. Because if we go to Iron Tide, that might cause an issue with me, like with Totor, obviously. But might not. Depends.
Yeah, assuming they're alive or not.
Maybe it's not the same camp,
They
so
can-
they don't know about me.
they can lie. I'll have a lie or two I can use to explain it.
Okay.
Maybe we could purchase your freedom.
Well, in fairness, I was going to say we found him as a runaway slave and we re-enslaved him, but because we found him, we get to keep him.
Hey,
But he's
finders
our slave.
keepers.
Yeah.
Finders keepers. Oh my god.
It's not generally how it works, but you could argue for that.
Yeah.
I
I
mean, is he
mean-
branded?
In this empire, slavery is completely illegal, so you could argue that his claim to, him would not hold up anymore, but that might anger, people in the Iron Tide.
I'm fully going to be like, no, we found him. He's our slave. Not our fault you let him go.
I mean, you could certainly make that argument.
Under the laws of the Cherubian Empire, which we are under, he is free.
Yeah. you
Yeah,
could
we're not going to
also
make that argument.
Make that argument.
We are going to make that argument. Damien's going to make that
You,
argument.
but Damien can make that argument. I'm not.
All right. Well, good game, everyone. I'm going to give you all an inspiration point this week for the interactions. And give me an MVP vote for the MVP inspiration. Because I enjoyed the some of the philosophical stuff and the moral talking discussions. I think everyone was very in character with that stuff.
Yeah, what's the first stage of grief denial? Then it's gonna be
More
anger
than
next.
just a river in Egypt.
Ah.
Alright, I need
I
one
was
more
looking
vote.
for puns.
So, Damien, you are MVP.
Hey, yay!
Well done.
That's normal inspiration, right? Thank you, guys.
Pleasure.
You were the one who's trying to be the moral authority. While the rest of us are just like, "Ah, fuck it."
Like, fuck it, we ball. We'll do it live, guys. And the next stage is anger, and then bargaining. What the hell's bargaining? Like, what? Oh, okay. Depression, and then finally acceptance. So we'll see that through the next couple of sessions, guys.
I'm
Hopefully.
just taking some
Oh.
notes.
That'll be fun.
Yeah.
Right, I'm gonna head out, guys. Hope you all have a wonderful weekend.
You
Goodbye.
too. Catch everyone later. Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.